Hello everyone. In this video, we will be building video chat app where user can enter their username and the room ID of the chat they want to join. Let's join user with the username John to the room 12345. Next, we'll add another user Mike to the same room. As you can see, now we have two members in the room. We can send text messages. We can toggle audio, video and share screen. Let's share screen. As you can see, the screen is being shared. Now I'll add another user with the username phone from my mobile phone. Toggle the video. We can leave and rejoin the same room. So without a further ado, let's start building this app. To create a Next.js project, open your VS Code and in your terminal, type npx create next app at latest. Press enter. Go with the default options. Let's do some cleanup. Open page.js file. Remove all of this. This is our home page. Let's remove all of the default styles. Add some styles. Close this file. Open layout.js file. Remove this. This is the metadata of our app. We'll be using outfit font. Import it from Google Fonts. Replace enter with outfit. Now let's create header and footer for our app. For that, create a folder named components inside app directory. Inside components, create a folder named header. Also create a folder named footer. Inside header, create a file name header.jsx. Let's create CSS file header.module.css. Do the same for footer. Import styles from footer.module.css. Import styles from header.module.css. Now let's import header and footer in our layout. Let's pass the children prop inside the main tag. Add header component above main. and footer component below the main component. Let's see our app. This is our header. At the bottom we have our footer, and this is our home page. Now let's add some style in our header and footer. Open footer.js file. We are not implementing any functionality. It is just for the styling purpose. So I'll not explain this. Let's add CSS for our footer. Let's do the same for the header component. I'll copy and paste. Let's create this user icon. For that, inside component, create a folder name icons. Create the user icon. If you don't know why I am doing this, I suggest you to watch my previous videos. Close all of the opening tab. I already have logo in my public directory, which I have imported here. This is the logo of our app. Let's add some style in our header component. Let's see it in our app. This is our header, this is our footer, and this is the home page of our app. Now let's implement the video call functionality. Building a video chat app from scratch can be quite complex. Thankfully, ZEGOCLOUD offers pre-built UI kits that makes the process much faster and easier. They provide over 20 plus UI kits, 50 plus components, all of which are open source and cross-platform. They provide wide range of UI kits. You can explore all of their UI kits here. Plus, when you sign up, you get 10,000 minutes for free. Let's start by signing up into ZEGOCLOUD. Click on the sign up button. Fill up this form and click on the start your free trial button. After you have successfully logged in, you will be redirected to the dashboard. I have already logged in, so I will be skipping this step. After you have signed up to the ZEGOCLOUD, you will be redirected to the dashboard of ZEGOCLOUD. Now let's create project. For that, click on project, click on project management, create a new project, click on this create button. We'll be implementing video chat, so go with the video conference. Click on next. Give your project name. Let's call it video chat. Start with UI kits. Wait until the video chat creating process is finished. Click on start building your app. We'll be building web app, so click here. Click on save and start to integrate. This is the basic configuration of our app. We can text chat, we can screen share, and these are the other options that are available. We can toggle it. Click on save and start to integrate. For now, let's ignore this and click on get the config file and integrate. Click on project management. Open this. This is the project that we created just earlier. Here, our app ID and the server secret is given, which we need while we integrate it in our Next.js app. So copy this and this secret. I'll not be showing my server secret. Now let's start implementing video chat in our app. For that, visit this URL. They have very detailed documentation that guides through every step of the implementation process. Call kit provided by ZEGOCLOUD is a full-featured video voice component which enables one-to-one and group calls with just few lines of code. You can read this. We'll be using npm package manager. Let's install the SDK in our app. Copy this. Open your terminal. Paste it here and click enter. Here, the example code are given for different programming languages. To generate test token, we have to pass the app ID, server secret, room ID. This is the user ID and this is username. If it is not provided, then random text is generated of length 5. We'll pass the room ID and the username from our home page and populate its field. For that, let's create form in our home page from which user can pass the room ID and their username. Open page.js file. Now let's add a simple form here. Remove this form. Div. At div will add the input. Above input will label it. Last name will be form wrapper. Label for username. ID will be username. Name will be username. For username, copy and paste this. This will be room ID. For room ID, name will be room ID. Add a button. Join a room. Class name will be primary button. Let's add placeholder also. Enter your username. Enter your room ID. Let's see it in our app. Refresh the page. This is the form. Just give it a class name of wrapper. Now, when the user enters their username and room ID, we'll navigate user to the video chat. For that, inside app, create a folder name video chat. This is the route name of our app. Inside this, create a folder with opening and closing square bracket. Let's call it room ID. And inside this room ID, create a file name page.js. Let's create simple component. This is our video chat page. Now, when I pass slash video chat slash 123, I'll be navigated to the route. Here, 123 is our room ID. We'll get this room ID and pass the user input in our search params, like username will be the entered text and populate the value while creating the token. To implement that, let's first get the username and room ID. For that, let's create a function at the top. Inside home component, it will be an async function. Let's call it handle submit. It will accept form data as its parameter. Add use server directive at the top. Let's get the username and the room ID. Form data dot get username. Room ID. For now, let's just console log it. Let's try it out in our app. Refresh the page. Username will be JS. Room ID will be 12345. Click on join room, but we have not triggered the function here. So inside action, pass the end of submit. Just try it out. Yes, 1 2 3 4 5. Click on join room. You see our terminal. We got the username and the room ID. Now let's navigate user to the video chat route with the room ID and the username provided by the user. For that, we'll use redirect from next navigation. Need this, move this to redirect from next navigation. Redirect slash video chat slash the room ID. Let's pass the query parameter. Username will be username. Let's try it out in our app. Click on join. So this is our room ID and this is the username provided by the user. Now to get room ID and username in video chat page, we can use params and search params. Open page.js file that is inside room ID. Let's console log it. Refresh the page. We got the room ID and the username. Let's store it inside a variable. Params.room ID. Username will be search params.username. Let's console log it. Remove this console log. Refresh. So we got the room ID and the username. Now let's go to the ZEGOCLOUD documentation. Let's import this. Import at the top. We have to make this client component. So add use client directive at the top. Here random ID function returns the random text of length which is provided when the function is called. Let's copy and paste it. Paste it at the top. It returns a random text of the length which is provided when calling the function. So instead of random ID, let's call it random text as it makes more sense. We got the room ID. Let's copy and paste this. Remove this console log. Paste it there. Paste it. Let's copy and paste this. Return this. Now we'll use another class name. Let's call it video container. Remove this inline style. Open global.css file. Position will be fixed. Inset will be 0. I want to cover whole screen page with the video container, so I am keeping position fixed and setting inset to 0. Close it. Now we have to provide the app ID and the server secret. We can get this from our Jigo Cloud console. This is the app ID and this is the server secret. Let's store this in env file. For that, open nextconfig.mjs file. In Next.js, we can only access the env file if our component is rendered in server, but this is our client component, so we have to add our env variable here instead of creating .env file in the root directory. Let's call it app ID. I'll add my value later. You have to add your own value here. Server secret. Add your own app ID and server secret here. Close this file. Process.env dot what I have written it here, app ID. Will be the server secret. We have the app ID, server secret. We got the room ID from params.roomid. This is to generate the user ID, random user ID. Let's create variable for that. Const user ID. It is generated randomly, but we have changed the function name. It is random text. Random text. Length of the string will be 5. Replace this with the user ID. This is used to generate the random username, but we have got our username from search params. So let's replace this with the username. Also, if the user does not provide the username, we'll generate random username using this random text function. So if there is no search params.username, we'll call this function, pass 5. So we have value for all the fields now. Here, the Jigo Cloud provides us various options. We can do group call, live streaming, one-to-one call. Let's implement video conference. Remove this. Everything looks good. Let's see it in our app. We have provided username JS, so the JS field is being populated here. We can see the model where we can join the room. Let's join the room. Click on join. So I have joined the room. Now let me open another tab and join the same room. User 2. Room ID is 12345. 345. Click on join room. And join. So this is the user who is logged in as GS, and this is the user who is logged in as user 2. So the user count is 2. I can message to the user 2 from JS tab. Hi user 2. Click send. I have received the message here. I can reply to the message. Hi GS. I received the message from user 2. I can toggle my mic to on and off. Similarly for the video, I can also share my screen. Let's share screen. Let's share this tab. This you can share. This should be displayed here. So when I scroll here, this view is being displayed here. So we have successfully implemented the video chat. We can disconnect from the video chat. Let me click on this, confirm. So I have left the room. So there is only one user available right now. I can again join the room. So this is it.